Hey! Your stuff, mate.
Yes, mate. More than enough. My God.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ben from Parker Baits and welcome back to another video. Today you join me on a very quick overnighter, and if I'm honest with you, Mark's behind the camera, one of my very close friends over from Holland, and we've just come from a lake. So we've actually just come from Carp's. Unfortunately it didn't really go to plan. It's not an easy water, it was a very hard water, to be brutally honest with you, with a handful of fish in there and some absolute nossers. So now we're in the Windsor area, we're fishing the back lake here. There's two lakes at this particular venue, and there's two beautiful lakes. So you've got the back lake, which is a members only water. I'm actually guested on here today via one of my good friends, and also I have fished the main lake before, and obviously I booked that with Swim Booker, guys, and that main lake has got some absolute nosser pigs in, some really nice old English carp. And not only that, last time I was here I did manage 2 runs, bearing in mind I was only fishing for 2 hours and unfortunately I lost them. But if you haven't seen that video, guys, head over to the Swim Booker Diaries YouTube channel, and I'll put that in the description down below and you can check that out for yourself. So there it is, quick little intro. Join myself and Mark on our journey. He's going to have the right hand rod, I'm going to have the 2 left hand rods. We're going to have a bit of fun and hopefully we can get some carp on the bank. I'll see you soon. Why have I chosen this particular peg? Now I'm in a peg called the Southwesterly, and I'll be damned, there's a lovely wind coming right in this end and it's hacking in the left hand corner. So next to me is Theo, which is again one of the Parker Baits ambassador, and he is a member on this particular lake. He's had some bouters out of here and I think he's had the biggest comment in this particular lake. And what I try and do is, guys, I'll put that on the screen right now. Wrap sticks, need them. So I found my spot quite quickly, and thanks to Theo, he has given me a heads up. There's a known spot. So just in the middle of these trees, when you're down there it's not so overhanging, but in the middle of these trees is actually a little sand patch. I'm fishing half a rod length into it. I pull back half on it, boom, into thick weeds. So I'm fishing on a nice sandy pit. It is plugging in. It's a little bit sticky sand, I would say. It is definitely plugging in a little bit, but then I am fishing quite a big lead. But I'm going to fish my big leads tonight and then drop them off of a hook into something. So that's where it is. I'm going to fish 2 rods on that, and then Mark's going to fish a rod wherever he wants to out there. So fair play to him. But that's the plan of action. That's what I've done. First things first, found my spots, not crashed around too much either. 5 casts, 6 casts, and I found that, and now I'm going to leave it because I do not want to disrupt it too much. I am going to put a little bit of bait out over that spot with a spom, I think, because it's quite early doors still, and yeah, go from there. Happy days. Right, well, don't worry about me, but I just wanted to touch on very quickly what I'm using in there. So I have got some 18 mils in the mix, some fruit and nut, a load of chops, a load of fruit and nut chops, a bit of magic dust, finishing it off with some wrigglers. So a very fine mix with the odd big bait in there and a couple of the sort of half ones as well, if you like. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that out on the 2 rods to my left. Apologies about the noise above me, but that is going to be an ongoing thing here. You are right over a flight path, so you're always going to hear them planes. So 5 to 10 spoms, big spoms. I'm going to put all this out. Seems a lot of bait, but when it hits the bottom it's going to turn into next to nothing, and hopefully then wrigglers spur on a little feed. And then when in my head, what my head says to me when I use stuff like this is that they jump down on their naturals. When they start proactively feeding, they're a little bit more confident to feed on them bigger food items, i.e. the 80 millers and also these chops I got in there. So that is my plan of action. I'm going to get this out right away. Happy days. First rod, simple stuff, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. A little bag there, a maggot, due to them winter months, and obviously being in it, that is in the mix. I've got my mates down there, the Swans, but time to get that first rod out on the money on top of that bait. Buzzing. First time, rod number 2 out. Only thing I changed with this one, same mesh bag, but not just straight out maggot. I put the same mix I've used, what I spotted out, and I actually fished OG fruit and nut, dumpy dumbbell, 40mm wafter on the hook. Come on the carpies! So Marky is on coffee duty over there at the moment. Theo's car's parked there, and Theo's setup is just down here as well. So it'd be rude not to. I've definitely seen Theo on the channel before, guys, and he's definitely not a stranger to this lake.
Hi again.
Hi again. So
yeah.
Going out with the boat then, mate?
Yeah, putting the boat out. A few crumbed up fruit and nut boilies.
Yeah.
I'm actually fishing.
I'll get closer so I can.
An OG fish wafter. So just something completely different colour. So when it's sat down there, hopefully it just stand out, but it's not high vis. So it's just something a little bit different.
But enough. But yeah, enough. I love that, mate. I love that.
It, yeah.
You've just got your boat back, mate, and you've got all the fancy sonar done on it.
All its little updates and that. So yeah, it's pretty good.
We love.
Within 5 minutes of putting the rods out, we had a tufty, so it obviously shows that the spots it's finding are
amen to that.
Good spots.
100%, mate. Well, fingers crossed we can nick some nosses this session, mate.
That's it. It's deep water, but I still think it's possible, and it's 7 degrees.
So it is, mate. It really, yeah.
I've fed 7 degrees water.
Which is the best weather we've had for what? How long?
Couple of weeks.
Couple of weeks, mate. 100%. Obviously, Theo done the night of us last night at Carp's again. Unfortunately, I say you done Carp's. You done East, didn't you?
East.
Done East. Lewis was up from that. First bit of that better weather, but now they've had sort of 24 hours to adapt. Hopefully, just hopefully, like I said earlier, they drop down and have a proper munch. It would be nice.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed. One fish.
Fruit and nut sauce.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's the first time you're using the new flat spot, isn't it?
Oh, it's mega. It smells like Hubba Bubba.
It's got
gum.
Yeah,
it is amazing.
You're not the first to say that. It's a lot of people go, oh, I can't quite put a finger on what fruits are coming through, but it's got like a tangerine-y, sort of like bubble gummy, strawberry kick. Oh, mate, it's got and it's got the same visual as the original flat spot, guys. If you're wondering, you haven't seen that before. He was putting some out with the boat earlier, and straight away, within seconds, boom, massive flat spot out there. Also, the benefits of the flat spot are. Just because Theo's bringing it up there, is if what you'll find is you'll naturally put it out, it will drop, and then it will go. What I'm trying to put across is 2 hours later, if you start seeing that flat spot again, what it probably is fish feeding on the spot, dispersing the oils will naturally float to the top, and obviously you get that flat spot. So it's a good visual when fish are feeding or around your spot, as well as that initial when you put it out as well. So I'm going to let Theo, I'm going to shut up now, I'm going to let him do his thing, and hopefully he can nick a nosser. Come on. So we haven't had breakfast yet, and Marky's now making some bacon. Literally, we've come from Carp's, we drove an hour and a half and come here, so we packed up early-ish this morning. You got Theo over there in the background, look, just over there. He's just getting his rod out. I think he's driving his boat back now. But nice bacon and egg sandwiches to sort of a brunchy afternoon. I don't even know, what is the time, Marky, do you know? What do you reckon? What's your guess before you look?
I know it was around 2ish, but
around 2ish, is that what it is?
3ish now.
Is that what it is? Around 3ish. We've got about an hour left to dark, so I was going to say midday, but it's certainly not midday. Yeah, hour left. An hour left till dark. Be lovely to nick one before it does get dark, though. It really would. I think someone's using flat spot upwind of me. Big old plane, boy. There it is. Scrambled egg, bit of ketchup in there, toasty.
Bit of bacon.
Bit of bacon. Cheers, Marky.
Yep.
Right, wow, just having a recharge. Old Marky got the mash just hit me in the face, mate. That has just hit me in the face. He's just done a Nosser Trump. That's that beef cut. Anyway, I'll get to the point. Jesus. We've got some, just having a recharge. I was watching the water for quite late last night, if I'm honest with you. But what I've done is, just to keep you in the loop every step of the way, this particular journey up Windsor Back Lake, I've just topped up with 2 spoms on the money. 2 spoms, same mix, real fine. And actually what I've done is I went through it again with my fingers and crumbed it up even finer, so it literally is almost like a ground bait, if you like, but got the nutritional value of the boilie. So that's what I'm going to do. And yeah, just want to keep you in the loop. A little rejig, I don't know if you can see that, but I'm just about to put out a zig. Now, I'm not going to sit here and talk through how I tied it and stuff, but I'm fishing the generic bit of black foam, a medium kicker there, so a white one for an extra bit of colour there, on a size 8 wide gape hook. Tiny, I've put 5 maggots, 3 reds or 4 reds, 4 whites and 1 red on there, and hopefully that does the do. Just a little bit of wriggle, or so that sort of naturalness, if you like, to a degree, and that visual there. I'm going to be fishing this at 5 foot tonight, and I feel I'm going to leave it out the duration of the night. And I know I'm sitting, although I know it's hard over there, I'm going to fish it near the baited spot, so if the fish are lingering around mid-water, hopefully they'll pick it up with this bad boy. So it's a plan of action. Again, I'm not going to record this, guys, but I'm going to put this out just to the right or just to the left of the spot. I'm going to sort of have a look down there in a second and make my decision. So I'll see you in a sec. Mark's looking at the takeaway menu. Christmas treat. Plane's still going over the top of us, and there's some funny noises coming from over there. I think he's fascinated with how many different places deliver to the lake. So I will be bringing you some foodie bits this evening. I've seen some fizzing in front of me and I've acted upon it straight away. We're watching them for about the last 2 hours, and it's just got to a point now I'm like, no, I'm going to try a rod on it, even if it's for half an hour, just before it gets too dark. So that's exactly what I've done. I've flicked a rod out on top of that. 2 casts it took me. I got a nice donk, single on its own, a few maggots on top of a fruiting nut, whittled down pop up with a bit of foam on the hook, so I get that presentation just over the top of the weed, but nothing as of yet. I am going to move that rod, move the middle rod over to the right, and then take the right hand rod and put it on the spot on the bottom. So that is the plan of action later on, or when this goes just down to about here. There it is. Just managed to get them rods out before it gets too dark. I say them rods out, a rod out. That middle rod now is on the money, and I've moved the one on the zig just over on its position to the right. Lovely crack as well, lovely crack. Topped up, 2 spoms. I'm literally going to leave that now. Going to order some food soon. Time to chill out, lock on, and pray to the carp gods. And there it is, the Polar Express. Bring us some luck, baby. Plain and all, it's all going on here. Chinese on its way. Boom, so it's all turned up, and we've got a whole array of stuff going on. We've got some spring rolls.
Yeah, vegetable spring rolls. Everyone's got that one.
Chicken. So on, so on, so on. I don't want to bore you. That looks nice. I'm guessing that's yours, Marky. Look at that, mate. Some other bits in here and some more rice, but yeah, there it is, dinner time.
Oh, mate.
Whilst watching the water. Woo! And Mark loving his soup. Very nice too. The food just keeps coming. Look.
Amazing.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Theo pulling out the goods again, and look, some fancy Christmas biscuit box with every biscuit imaginable.
Yes, mate.
Yes, mate. Oh, excuse me, guys. I am not a well man. I woke up this morning really ill.
I went to bed ill last night. I've had about half an hour sleep, I think, something like that. So my plan of action was to stay till sort of midday, 1 o'clock today, but that's definitely not going to happen. I need to go back, get some sleep. Christmas is a few days away, so I need to make sure that I'm 100% for that. But yeah, apologies, the realness, but I'll just turn you around. Excuse me. That's my view this morning. The Windsor Express over the back. Trying to be positive, but yeah, it's just kind of leave it. I haven't had nobody else's alarms throughout the night. I'll give it another 15-20 minutes and start packing down, and I'm sure I'll touch base before I leave. Like I mentioned, it was a quick one, but I can only do so much. Wow, I feel well.
Right, well there it is. Mark's behind the camera. We've had a good session. I'm feeling rather ill, I'm not going to lie. I've got man flu. Tripod's in, and yeah, it's been nice to be out on the bank with Marky, but I'm definitely going to get home. Feel sorry for myself home in bed, but I wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And one last time, I really want to thank everybody for the support that you've given us over the duration of the last year. We've just hit 1.5 million views on YouTube, which absolutely blows my mind. So thanks every single one of you for supporting, watching the videos and joining the Parker Baits wave. But for now, I'll probably see you next year. And yeah, thanks again all. Peace out. I'll see you soon.